in English, forum name Hyperbytes. I've noticed a few people on the forum making comments about lack of documentation on Lightbox, so here it comes. So Lightbox, we'll start with the basics. I'm going to do this with dynamic images, so I'm going to be pulling images from an API action. An action here called get images, and all that does is return the name of a number of images. If we look in our assets panel, we can see I have two versions of those. I have a full-size version and a thumbnail version within the uploads folder of the images folder within assets. And all I'm going to do is access those images and throw them up in a Lightbox. So the first thing you need to do is make a database connection to those products. So I'll get images, that returns 4 image names to our page. Just going to add a bit of spacing in there while we're busy. So in that column I'm going to add a anchor image, not a standard image, an anchor image. That's very important if you're going to be using Lightbox. Also obviously need to add the Lightbox component as well. So Lightbox options, and this is an options screen. So you can have it so it's full screen, you can take away store bars, you can loop them, you can show the scroll buttons, animations, spinners, etc. Not going to go into any detail on them, that's for you to play with, that's nothing complicated about them. So what do I need to do now? I've got our server connect returning a number of image names. I need to then make this row column and then anchor image a repeating region. So I'm going to repeat children, and the expression is going to be based on the server connect data query. Don't know where that's come from. Probably test, and I can set a key if I want. Each image has a unique ID, so I can just pop image ID in there as a unique key. So there we are, we've got 4 images. We're now going to go into our anchor image, pick image. Now if you remember, we had quite a long URL to them, because where they are found is they're in assets, images, uploads, thumbs, if I spelled it right, and we managed to scroll off the end of that. Little UI issue there. Not to worry, because I have copied it. So what I'm going to do is just make sure I've got a copy of that, delete it, hit the picker. I'm going to be adding the image name in, and I'll just paste that in beforehand. So there is our path to it. Just need the slash in there. So right there we are, we're pointing at assets, images, uploads, thumbs, and then image name. And there we see these are our thumbnail images. I think they're 220 by 160 or thereabouts, those images. And we can see them displayed within our page. If we'll just fire that up in the browser, you can see that we have those images, relatively small and very, very standard. If we now go to anchor image, it's part of the tab, we can now set the URL that it's going to point to. So going to links, our link is, and again I'm just going to do a copy and paste here, it's the easiest way, but in this case it's full is the path for the full image. Just check that visually. Yep, that's fine. So now if I open that up and click, we should see we now get a full page image thrown up. That's not what we want. We want to do this in a Lightbox, don't we, folks? So let's go back into display, open a Lightbox. Simple as that. We can now save that. We can open that page, and if we click in there now, we'll see we have the standard Lightbox screen opened up. No scroll bars or anything. Wouldn't you like to be able to scroll across all of those images without having to go into each individual one? Of course you would. That's really simple. That's what the group option is. I'll just give that a group name. It really doesn't matter what the name is. They all become part of my group. I'll save that. Open that up. Now if I click on that image, we'll see we have these scroll buttons, and we can scroll through those images. So there we are. That's how to use Lightbox, and I hope you enjoyed that, and you'll join me again soon. Goodbye.